Hello there. Starting up. It's down a tiny bit. Just a little bit. But you can actually barely see it change. Try it some more. Okay, now I see it. Alright. So that's what that is. Okay. So I think it's like, it shows your highest that you've done recently. And it stops after a while. Okay. So, we're coming right back in the middle of a fight between Takano, who is now superhuman, against regular humans. Because reasons. The cracks in the wall spread even deeper than before their eyes, and they could hear the ground quaking. There was no room left for doubts. Takano was planning to smash right through the wall. Why does Tamara's priestess have such incredible power when your priestess gets nothing? Rika, don't say that. If you say that, it's over. Oh, whoa, whoa. Rika-chan, what are you doing? Run! Akuro, want some more attention? What? Such a simple wall couldn't stop Takano. No, the priestess of Tamara Hime no Mikoto. She smashed through the wall as easily as crushing a sandcastle. Sorry, trying to get my cat up. Found you, Uni-chan! Huh. Uni-chan! Then he slipped and fell, failing to escape. What are you doing? Takano wasn't foolish enough to let that chance slip by. She strode right in and seized Une by her collar. There he is. Oh, the boy comes up. Now I've got you. What? Sorry, it was the pretty misfortunate girl Satsuko-chan. Did you think it was Une-san? Too bad for you. Oh! While she had kept her composure with a gun pointed at her, Takano's mind went blank for a moment after that. After Rika shared Une's secret with them, they prepared the ultimate trap to protect her. They had Satsuko, who was close to her height, change into her clothes and take her place. Of course, the slip and fall was all a calculated move to draw Takano's eyes toward her. The shock of seeing her otherworldly power smash through the wall wasn't enough to overcome the thrill of trying to catch her in her trap. Satoko! Oh! And here's a present for our fool. Satsuko took advantage of Takano's stupor to place something onto her head. It was a pair of white, fluffy bunny ears? Jeez, another span, huh? Now, Hanyu! Here I go! Flash! What? Huh? What's this? Bunny ears? Oh! Huh? Hanyu had used her inhuman powers to interfere with Tamara's own power for a moment, creating a break in that protection Takano received as her priestess. Of course, since Tamara was very powerful due to ruling over vast regions of land, Hanyu could only break her power for a moment. However, that moment was plenty. Taking you home! Ultimate move, taking you home. Rena's heavy blow was concentrated on Takano's face, In Keiichi swept her feet in the opposite direction. Takuno's body spun in the air and then slammed face down onto the mountain of rubble she had created herself. If she had Tamara Hime no Mikoto's protection, then Rena's attack would have been little more than the toying of a house cat. But in that one moment, she had reverted to the ordinary Takuno, which meant that it was a finishing blow. Takuno suffered a concussion and passed out. What's going on? Is Renaissance really human? I'm surprised. After witnessing Takuno's supernatural power just a moment ago, Shion and the others could replace their shock with strained smiles. Of course, because they just witnessed a club member instantly beat her in her superhuman strength. Don't go saying I did nothing, okay? This was my strategy. I devised it after considering our situation and all our members' abilities. Oh, sis. You're here? I didn't notice. I can't believe she took down that monstrous version of Takuno-san so effortlessly. One-san, there's nothing to fear anymore. You can come out now. It's not scary anymore? One timidly emerged from the shadows where she hid wearing Satoko's clothes, even though she isn't. Obviously the sprites would be too much effort. Normally we wouldn't have been able to fool Tamara Hime no Mikoto's eyes with just a change of clothes. Takuno was certainly able to see Une, even through a wall, with her divine power. Yet when Takuno broke through the wall and saw her with her own eyes, her human perception took priority, and she mistook Une for Satoko because of her clothes. That's why she fell for the club member's trap. My priestess, how could you? Takuno's passed out. You can't lend her your power anymore. It's amusing that the Japanese word for passing out is written as losing God. Is it Setsu? I'm just curious about that. Let me take a look at that one. I wish there was quotes. Iwo Ushinao Koto wo Tomo Yuga Kami wo Well, I'm not sure. Obviously, my Japanese is extremely lacking still. Tamara may have been granting Takuno powerful strength as her priestess, but she couldn't give her anything while she was unconscious. It's unfortunate for you. This wasn't our first or second time dealing with Takuno. Yeah, it's your third time. This happened because you underestimated the power of my priestess. Now, Tamara Hime no Mikoto, you shall be silent for a while. Honey Flash! Honey made scissor symbols with both her hands and placed them near her horns, causing a bright light to rush forth and banish the sight of Tamara Hime no Mikoto. Apparently, erasing the image of Tamara didn't mean defeating her, though. But I'm still grateful we won't have to see that annoying face for a while. Tamara let out a scream and posed like a defeated Sentai villain before disappearing. That's exactly what I thought it was. Now, let's get Takuno-san all tied up while we can. She was incredibly strong, too. We'll need to bind her with chains. And some weights. I felt sorry for her. Defeat a priestess and save another god. Takuno was just a frail woman without Tamara's power, but her bonds were ridiculously secure. Well, that settles that. Or does it? Is everything settled for us? Why'd you ask? It is. I mean, that mean old nuisance Tamara is gone now. Tomitake will take care of the rest. Isn't that right? Is that true, Mion-chan? Amazing. You have everything here. Well, there's nothing we Sonozakis can't get a hold of. What's going on? Apparently, there's a powerful radio here. Sounds like Tomitake-san can use it to make contact with the outside. It was the Sonozaki's illegally modified radio. According to Tomitake, it could send signals out without being affected by the radio interference. I'll test it to see if I can contact Tokyo. Oni-chan might be the savior we need, after all. In order to use the neuroparasite as a weapon, it was essential to have a vaccine for it. So the strength of Une's roots would prove a powerful vaccine against the infection of N173 and most other viruses like it. Tokyo would definitely be interested in that. You're incredible, Tomitake-san. You can do anything. Well, I just studied a bit as a hobby. That's the end of our grand adventure, I suppose? Setting up flags multiple times in a row. I hope so. I'm already exhausted. I can leave this town now? Yes, you can get out. Well, you'll probably be held prisoner for a while, though. But they can't do anything without your cooperation, so you'll be treated well, I think. Une, welcome to Earth. Let's both bloom together here on this planet. With Tamarahime no Mikoto as well, of course. I'm so happy. Thank you, Hanyu. I love hitting skip for like a half a second every time the scene changes like that. Early the next morning, Une and the others were in the school courtyard designated over the radio. Roughly 30 of the Sonozaki group's toughest men were surrounding them and glaring in all directions. A helicopter was approaching. Une was the only one being extracted. Take care. We paid you back for saving us now. I hope you managed to save everyone with your body's secret. Thank you for taking care of me. Une was forced to wear airtight clothes. All the JSDF men riding the helicopter were in them too. It's a slight shame how we're being left behind, though. I'm sorry. No. Until we understand the cause of this illness, we can't be allowed to leave. So even though everything's settled with Uni-chan, we're still stuck in survival mode for now. Well, you'll be safe as long as you stay here. I think this strange illness will settle down over time. Yeah, once they all kill themselves via neck scratching. There's fewer of those crazy people already. Peace will soon return to the city. The rioters who handed their hearts over to demons continued to kill each other without getting tired of it. But like Kasai said, eventually they'd kill themselves off and things would quiet down. From what Tomitake heard over the radio, they were already preparing to send aid to Shishibone City, and food, water, and other necessities would be transported by air. Such an incredibly large uproar couldn't be wrapped up that easily. But we had our light of hope. Une was the key. Thank you. Do your best out there. I'm happy to welcome you to this planet. I'm happy too. I'm super happy. Une waved her hand from the helicopter flying away. The club members all waved innocently back at her, as she laughed evilly. Only Rika absent-mindedly watched her go. She was pondering something she couldn't explain in Une's smile as she left. Afterward, she was transferred to Tokyo's facility, the National Institute of Infectious Diseases. With the disaster already reaching several 100,000 people, it was no longer possible to cover up the existence of Hinamizawa syndrome. The world was in an uproar over this mysterious virus, capable of making humans randomly go violent. Of course, the secret research institutions of the major nations knew about neuroparasites, were paying attention to the progress of the current neuroparasite biohazard. They dispatched many researchers to help. Because there was no guarantee it would remain solely Japan's problem once it reached that point. Samples of Une's cerebrospinal fluid were taken and transported to the most classified research labs of each nation, all according to Une's plan to take over the world. Yeah. My seeds have reached every corner of this blue flower bed. I'm happy. I'm super happy. Foolish leader of the horned people, tremble in fear at your sin of unleashing that terrifyingly corrupt people upon our world. Sorry, too late. Your and Takano's evil plot is finished now. Oh. Tamahime no Mikito. If you have something you want to say, why not say it? What was it you were trying to achieve? Takano was your priestess. So Takano was following your orders and trying to accomplish some specific task. What was it? That's not even worth asking. She was bullying Une and trying to spread Hinamizawa syndrome everywhere to sow chaos. Oh! That doesn't make sense, though. Yeah, because that'd wipe out Mikito's people as well. Hanyu, the syndrome is a tainted people to her, right? So why would Tamara have Takano spread them elsewhere? Oh? Tomitake said that Takano was going to defeat a devil, and in doing so, save humanity. Then she started spreading N173. She's both trying to save humanity and trying to destroy it. These goals contradict each other, but I didn't pay it any mind because I was so sure it was just one of Takano's crazy delusions. And you wouldn't be wrong. But if it was all as Tamara ordered, then none of it was meaningless. A mere child of man, let alone the priestess of the foolish horned people, wouldn't understand, even if I were to tell you, so I'm not going to tell you. I love that. Ah, how foolish you are, for not understanding what I don't tell you. Ha 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 ha. Please don't look down on me. Unlike her, my head isn't filled with cream puffs. Rika, I don't understand what you're getting at all. Tamara loathes the horned people, so why would she try to spread them outside of Hinamizawa? It's because they can't survive out there, so it doesn't matter. It can't be. The horned people and Uni's people had equally strong roots. On top of that, Tamara called Une a devil. And she told Takano that she would save humanity. You had Takano spread N173, so Une couldn't spread herself? Yes. After all, just as those infected by Une couldn't be infected by N173, the reverse was also true. If you infected them with N173, they couldn't be infected by Une. But if she infects them with us, then those with weak minds will be in big trouble. There's no worry about that with Une, though. But we still don't know anything about Une. How do you know that? Exactly. You've just convinced yourself that's the case, after communicating with Une, right? In other words, you've just accepted Une's claims without question, haven't you? Oh? I see. It appears the leader's foolishness has not infected her priestess. That means that you made a hard choice. You decided that handing over a portion of your land, the entirety of Shishibone City, to the tainted people, was at least preferable to that. Isn't that right? Which means that you knew about Une, didn't you? Hers is an accursed race, which brought forth great catastrophe upon her motherland. This is super fun. Une, it's been a while. Foolish Hanyu, know her true nature, and tremble with terror at your sin. Tamahime no Mikito, you totally pulled a fast one on me. The moment I awoke and tried to bloom, the flower bed around me was already filled with that fool's flowers. I'm sure she did get you good. This cream puff for brains is a useless weed, but her roots are strong enough that you couldn't beat them. You tried to make your infection explode through the population, but since Takano had already spread N173, you couldn't do that. I was at a total loss. But then a dumbass who believed my story just happened to show up. Even though her brain was an empty cream puff, lacking even in cream, she finally realized that she'd been tricked. Hanyu had believed that they understood everything about each other after her communication with Une. Hanyu had openly shared everything about herself because she was so simple. But that wasn't the case for Une. I feel like my gain's really high. Let me turn it down just a tiny bit for you. Oh. She cleverly hid her true nature and her terrifying plot to deceive Hanyu. Which means, Tamara Hime no Mikoto, you saw through her, didn't you? And said nothing the whole time. Know that the plot from the leader of such accursed people could never deceive my insight. Tamara had known what Une was after. Une's goal was to propagate herself throughout every corner of this blue planet's huge flower bed. If she did that, then you all would perish, huh? So you had to fight. Just like you once fought Hanyu's people. Hanyu said Tamara was once mean to her, but that probably wasn't her just being mean. From Tamara's perspective, she was likely fighting to protect herself. Fortunately, they learned Hanyu's people couldn't live outside of Hinamizawa, so they managed to maintain 1,000 years of peace by avoiding each other. However, if a new people that weren't bound to such a small area came here, they could take over the world. I see. To you, she certainly would be a devil. And so, you used Takano to stop her. But calling her a devil that'll destroy humanity is going too far. She might be a devil that would destroy you, but the humans don't know or care which parasite is living in their heads. I suppose that's the limit of the understanding of the Horned People's priestess. Foolish. Now I will not explain anything. It's super too late now, you idiots. We're totally consuming this whole planet. Now, awaken my children, my seeds. Sink your roots into this world and bloom. Bloom and spread yourselves wide. Une spread her arms like she was spreading a pair of wings and issued her orders to all of her children, scattered throughout the whole world. The children of man couldn't quarantine Une's seeds with their mere concept of disease prevention. The humans researching her across the world were already infected. America, Georgia State, Atlanta. America's Center for Disease Control and Prevention was the fortress on the front lines, protecting humanity from viral infections, and also the highest world authority on the subject. Yet in a secret ward, the Neuroparasite Research Division, they were researching her children. They were researching it with the greatest precautions and most modern equipment. But techniques of mere mortals were unable to stop the spread of the children of a god. Now what? The head researcher first collapsed on a bus on his day off. People rushed to his aid one after another and collapsed as well, until the driver also lost consciousness. Fortunately, the bus was already stopped. Yet that wasn't a silver lining, because neither humanity or even inhuman beings possessed the means to stop the spread of Une's children. The same thing happened in Sverdlovsk Oblast, within the Russian Federation. Right in Yekaterinburg's Secret Biological Weapon Research Center. Of course, it also happened in Japan's National Institute of Infectious Diseases within Shinjuku, Tokyo, as well as in other research centers in England, France, China, Korea, and other nations too. And then they traveled through the transportation technology that humanity had foolishly overdeveloped, spreading to all lands throughout the world. However, humanity lacked the means to notice it at all. Roughly 2 weeks after the initial spread of infection, when Une's children had spread throughout every corner of the globe, the first symptoms developed. The infected, though at this point the infected and all humanity were synonymous, then learned for the very first time that they were all infected with something unknown to them. So, what are they doing? People were afflicted with intense drowsiness, and one after another they crumpled and fell asleep on the spot. They had become a seedbed. Oh. Once they finished consuming all of the nutrients of their host, they broke through the host's body, spread more seeds, and consumed all of humanity. Because Une's people had no intention of coexisting with humanity at all. Once they had consumed their flower bed, they would travel through space once more in search of the next. An accursed people indeed. 7 weeks after the initial infection, Hime's population was reduced to 20% of its former size. Of course, even that 20% was being culled as well. Then they would once more return to space in search of an organism with a brain to host them. Afterward, only the hosts of the Horned People who couldn't be infected by that accursed people would remain on Earth, which meant that only those people in this region who Takano had infected with N173 and had not turned their hearts over to a demon managed to survive. There were far too few humans remaining to maintain civilized society, so eventually they too would perish completely. Wow. This is getting extremely dark. Super fun, super happy, super awesome, super duper super. Une. Consuming everything is my people's only entertainment. And I mean, consuming an entire planet is super fun. Once my people have consumed them all, no one will be able to get in our way. When faced with me, the weak flowers of this plant are like sugar lumps before hot coffee. In victory, defeat. You've sure done it now. You pretended to be weak so you could use us to advance your plans. Well done. I couldn't fool Tamara Hime no Mikoto. She was clever, but not clever enough to tell the truth to you and prevent you from helping me. Do not underestimate me. Know that I am the leader of the people ruling over this nation of Yamato. Yet that hornhead and her priestess, you two were super easy to fool. When the god's a fool, so is the priestess. You two were both super dumb. When the god's incompetent, so is the priestess. You're a useless god with nothing useful to your name. No power, and no supernatural power either. You're a super dumbo. What is this? She's taking me off 5 times as much as Tamara. I really agree. It's really annoying to hear us called incompetent. Know that you are indeed incompetent. You're tainted people, and now foolish people. You should hit your head on a steamed bun and die. Well, I never knew that Une was going to destroy the world. It's not my fault. You know that all other races are enemies. Yet you just handed it over to her. There's a limit to how stupid one can be. Oh, you could have just told us that, Tamara. So it's your fault, Tamara. Yeah, that's actually the truth. Be quiet. I'll not listen to your tainted people. This is super fun. Perish, you stupid gods of this blue flower bed. You're stupid humans. You're incompetent priestesses too. And they laughed loudly while Hanyu and Tamara insulted each other like children. Is it time for the Rika suicide end? It seemed quite pathetic that this was a fight between gods who had brought about the extinction of humanity. Rika placed a hand on her forehead like she was enduring a headache, but her frustration was winning at that particular moment. Listen, I don't consider myself a human, and I don't care if our world is destroyed, but there's one thing I just can't forgive. The fact you looked at me, Rika Furude, who has overcome the mountain that is hundreds of deaths, and called me incompetent. The term incompetent is what you use for a man who goes off to the hot spring at a critical moment. You intend to oppose me? You, a mere child of man? That's super funny. Rika pulled something out of nowhere that glinted with silver light. What is that? Don't you know? It's a kitchen knife. A cooking tool. The perfect instruction for chopping up food and detestable people. I'm super laughing right now. How do you plan on fighting me with a tool of mankind? That's super funny. Super! From the perspective of humans, those inhuman beings were like a moon on the water's surface. She could swing a weapon all she wanted in the world of man, but it wouldn't even disturb the water's surface, let alone harm the moon floating in the sky. However, for them to manifest in the world of man, they required a priestess. To put it in human terms, they required a queen carrier as the host. If she defeated Une's queen carrier, was that correct to say? Or was it better to say Une herself? Then she could at least deal a decisive blow to her. However, My body is super beyond your reach. You can't even leave Shishibone City, so you can't lay a finger on her. Nearly all of my people have been taken captive. I have no idea where she is at present. If only I could have taken her down while she was trapped in Shishibone. But thanks to this tainted cream puff. That's enough. Honestly, it's your fault for being so petty, Tamara. I'm holding a 1,000-year grudge over a single meal. I'll never give you a single grain of rice that has been dedicated to me. I was starving. You could have spared a little. Stop it, you two. Besides, this battle isn't over yet. Oh? And how are you going to face me by yourself when I've super enveloped your entire world? That's super funny. The battle isn't over? The battle is totally super over already. You're right. This battle is over already, as far as you two can conceive. But from my perspective, it isn't over yet, as I kill myself again. No, perhaps it's more accurate to say this battle was over the moment you revealed your true nature? It's over, and it's my victory. Oh? What nonsense is your priestess spouting? How can she possibly save the world in this situation? I want to know. I super want to know. I'm the one who wants to know. It's already too late. The world's ending. How are we going to save this world now? Hey, how can you not understand? Have you forgotten how this is used? Oh? You're going to hack open Uni's head with the knife? If she were not a god, I would command you to behead Une indeed. You two both have your heads filled with cream-free cream puffs. I'll teach you how this knife is used right now. Oh? And what do you totally think you're doing? The cause of your defeat was revealing to me your true identity and whereabouts. Huh? You know where Une is right now? How do you know when even Tamara doesn't? Still, even if you did know, you've got to know there's nothing you can do if she's not here. It doesn't matter where she is right now. Back then, she was here in Okonomiya. That's all I need to know. What are you saying? I super don't get it. Let me tell you something. You're going to lose. Because you made me mad. It finally happens. Let's go back. Back to the moment Une became aware of the other Une and awakened on this planet. It was the day before Takano started spreading N173. Since Une had just awoken, her presence was still faint. Tamara had yet to grasp her whereabouts. Une had learned how weak Tamara's roots were, and she was making preparations to bloom at once and spread her people everywhere. Tamara had given up on discovering Une's whereabouts and welcomed Takano as her priestess, to prepare her bitter plan of stopping Une's explosive spread. Her plan of having Takano spread N173 before Une could, which meant that at present, neither Une nor Takano had spread anything at all. The world had yet reached the point of no return. In other words, if Une's ambition could be halted on this day, then it would all end before it started. But that was impossible. Without a time machine. I've super woken up. I couldn't fool Tamara Hime no Mixto, but that doesn't matter. I don't need to worry about someone with such weak roots as I move on to take over this planet and super consume it. Super key. Une's ambition of conquering the world with her people was born here in this small town of Okonomiya in rural Japan. No one in the world had noticed this terrifying resolve just yet. However, Good afternoon. Are you Oni-chan? Are you? Who are you? Raya, did you find her? Oh, this must be her. Oh, it is. She looks exactly like she did in the portrait. Rika's pretty good at drawing, isn't she? I'm quite surprised. The older girl with the ponytail held up a sketchbook with a portrait that looked exactly like me. I was suddenly surrounded and didn't understand why. I finally found you, Une. Who might you be? Our first time meeting would normally be some weeks from now, but I only met you just the other day. Well, why did I say just the other day? I mean several months ago. I only had today to find you, so I had a hard time searching for you, Une. You shouldn't underestimate me and Riko, Une. We've already seen your ambition for world conquest. How did you see through my ambition? You just admitted it. See? The leader of the Horned People and her priestess aren't so powerless or incompetent after all, huh? It's just so tiresome it wears on the patience a bit. But from my point of view, you're the incompetent one. Flash! This is the ancient god-binding treasure normally kept in the Furude Shrine's ritual storehouse. Now, everyone, bind her up in the sacred rope. Nippon! You're binding me in circles. Ah! Oh, to think you'd find Une so easily while I couldn't uncover her. You have my thanks, children of man. You've shown yourself, Tamara Himino Mikoto. By the way, you're equally guilty. If you just let go of your pride and asked us for help, you wouldn't have needed to cause such a disaster in the first place. I'm the proud Tamara Himino Mikoto. Know that I would never indebt myself to the savage and tainted Horned People. That's why you're just as guilty. Flash! What? The god-binding treasure? Ah! Now we've captured all the ringleaders of this commotion. Ow! This was a tragedy that could have been prevented if you and Tamara weren't on bad terms in the first place. You said the two of you fought over a single meal, right? It's not my fault. Tamara shouldn't have been so stingy. She had so much being offered to her. It wouldn't have hurt her to share a bit with me. In other words, you stole it from her. So you're just as guilty. Flash! Is this why you brought 3 sacred ropes with you? Ah! Are they back at school? We heard the whole story from Rika-chan. You're all gods, right? I wish you'd give a little consideration to the humans you're endangering. It's good that we prevented it ahead of time, but this might have turned into a terrible disaster, you know? It wasn't just terrible. I experienced it firsthand. Anyway, it's not good for us if you gods don't get along with each other. Still, they're awfully cute gods, aren't they? I imagine they'd have much scarier faces. Oh, whoa, whoa! I am Oyashiro-sama. This treatment isn't fair. Why, you children of man? It is outrageous to show me such disrespect and call me cute. How did you know about my ambition to conquer the world? I totally can't accept this. One-chan, why were you plotting to destroy our world in the first place? Because we super love consuming everything. So then what about after you've consumed and ruined everything? How long does it take you to find a new planet? Takes long enough to drive you crazy, doesn't it? And I'm betting you're feeling lonely that whole time, aren't you? But Tamara told me to get out. That super ticked me off. At first I thought about living here peacefully. Tamara's bullying is the root of all evil. You all would have made the fatal mistake of letting Une escape the city. So in short, Une decided to destroy the world because Tamara Hime no Mikoto told her to get off this planet. Yes, that's right. So then Tamara-chan refused to talk to Hanyu-chan or Oyashiro-sama about it because they fought, and decided to resolve it herself using terrible methods. I didn't want to borrow any help from the tainted people. Yet the whole reason they're on bad terms in the first place is because Hanyu-san stole some of her offerings, right? My fault? I can't believe you're treating me like I'm the main cause of all this. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yes, quiet. We've heard the defendant's excuses. To sum up, you're all at fault because you three couldn't get along. Oni-chan finally made it here to Earth after a long, isolated journey, too. I think Tamara-chan could have tried to accept her a bit more. Just a bit. In Tamara Hime no Mikoto, I can understand you might resent her for eating your offering. But to stay on bad terms for 1,000 years and then refuse to consult her or ask her for help in a time of need, only to ultimately take drastic measures on your own, isn't very praiseworthy either, you know? Sort of just like what I did in Chapter 1 and 3. And I might have made it in 5 if I didn't already have the experience in those two. Or no, 6. For starters, this whole problem became more complicated because Hanyu-san just refused to apologize. No one should get that mad over just one meal. I will never reconcile with that starving, empty-headed cream puff. I just wanted you to share a little bit of this flower bed with me. Yet you bullied me, Tamara. See? Did you see? This really is all Tamara's fault. Uni is a devil that would destroy everything. Uni is the one to blame for all this. I think Tamara's hatred for all the other races all started when Hanyu went and stole food from her. If Hanyu hadn't done that, then Tamara wouldn't hate outsiders, and she might have accepted me. You know that is exactly right. This cream puff for brains is the cause of all this. I refuse to be treated like I'm the one to blame. Silence! Now we'll hand out the verdict. All three of you are equally guilty of the crime for failing to get along, so your punishment is having to play games in our club. The three of you can happily play games together and deepen your camaraderie, so you can all forgive and forget when it matters most. Consider this a generous sentence from the priestess of the Furude Shrine. Ho 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 ho! You'll just be deepening your friendship over some fun games. Once you've all had fun enjoying the same experiences, I'm sure you'll all get along better. I'm sure. It won't just be you gods either. We humans will join in too to really make this a lively affair. However, we club members never take it easy on opponents, do we? We'll have to show you plenty of our gratitude for getting us humans caught up in your fight between gods. It's no fun when you gods fight by yourselves and we can't participate. We'll take this opportunity to teach all three of you that you shouldn't take humans lightly, okay? What fools. We're gods. We'll not be defeated in the mere games of man. I'll totally never be defeated by mere humans. Oh? So you humans are challenging the gods? Then we won't hold back either. Tamara Hime no Mikoto was a steady player. Her style focused on defense more than offense, so she should have been a tough opponent. Uni was likely to toy with us magnificently, using her sly tricks and fluid adaptability. Then Hanyu had her indecipherable dumb luck. She was the greatest opponent in a game involving chance. They were still gods. There was no human reason for them to lose a game to humans. However, when it came to games, the club members weren't human either. Oh. I guess it's over. I was expecting just a tiny bit more, you know? But, like, I didn't think it would end this quick. I could have finished it last week. Now I need to get on Aquarium for next week. I assume there's more, though, because I have a bunch of achievements in the game that haven't been unlocked, I'm pretty sure. So let's take a look at that really quick. There must be more. I've unlocked 11 out of 17 achievements. We have Divine Punishment, which is what just happened. Then there's 1, 2, 3, and then some after parties. So I guess it's all just after parties after this. Oh, I was able to skip. Well, since Tamara-chan's the dealer, she discards first. Know the powerful luck of the gods. I'm discarding a green dragon and declaring double Richie. Richie. Pardon me. Hand of man, all green, 4 concealed triplets, single weight. That's 4 Yakuman, or 120,000 points. Ron for me too. Hand of man, 7 pairs, red Dora Dora. So just a simple Yakuman for 32,000 points. What? Oh, what? Hey, Tamara, it's still too early to cry. Triple Rons are allowed, right? Then a Ron for me too. Hand of man, big 4 wins, all honors, 4 concealed triplets, single weight. That's 6 Yakuman straight from you for 192,000 points. 352,000 straight from me? That's impossible. 111. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is impossible. The highest you can do is like 32,000 or something. Oh, there's not enough to pay that, even if we collected all the 0.6 from the table. Now, here's your punishment game outfit. Oh, jeez. That's a bit much. Even in that, it's really a bit much. I don't understand why I must bear such a disgrace. Nipa, poor thing, poor thing. Still, this is an incredible outfit. What's it even from? Nipa, it's a dream collaboration with blah blah blah, so she can pretend to be an adult pro wrestler. Ta-da! Now I'm out. I'm out now too. I'm just 1 card away from totally being out. Hold it. You didn't say Uno. Go on! Super go on! And there, I'm out too. Now I'm out too, Nipa. So now I'm out. Looks like last place goes to Une-chan. Oh jeez. What the heck? This outfit is super embarrassing on me. This is like the entire jokes from that. Oh, they were smart and they put her down lower. That would have been nicer. Nipa, poor thing, poor thing. This is another cruel outfit. What is this one from? It's an embarrassing outfit that came up when I googled embarrassing outfits. Nipa. And finally, it's Hanyu. You won't take me down like you did those two. Oh, whoa. Now let the game begin. Will the wolf please raise your head? Now the fortune teller, please raise your head. Okay, I'm revealing myself. I'm the fortune teller. Hanyu-chan is the wolf. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Then with an anonymous vote, our sacrifice for the first day is... decided. We're hanging Hanyu. I didn't even get to participate in the game. Now to have Hanyu change into her punishment outfit too. Stop it. You're planning to make me wear something indecent, aren't you? Like something from an erotic doujinshi. Like something from an erotic doujinshi. Oh jeez. Ow. Wait, is that that's whoops, wrong. That's what's his name from Umineko? Sakutaro, I think? I promise the 3 of us gods will get along now. So spare us already. I'm super repenting too. Oh, ooh, so cute. I'm taking you home. Oh, why was she left? I won't accept this. Jeez. Oh, that's very zoomed out. Matsuri Bayashi hand. What song is this? Let me see if I can find it. Anohie? Oh, is it this eyes right here, maybe? Guardians. Nice, Tsubaki, Naruse. Wow, there's like nothing here. Was used as the eyes background. Watanabe. Huh. In colored characters, at some point he graduated. Huh. So I guess it's literally just the eyes at the end of what's it called? Oh, it's this. Oh, jeez. What is this? Is this Ohashi? Oh, we might actually see it here. Oh, here it is right here. Sora Yuizuki. Right, that's not that. This is a message of gratitude to those who purchase it. Bonus menu, After Party 22. New bonuses. Bonus scenario. Higurashi chapter. What is that? Oh! This is new. Oh, this is the little picture, the what's it called? Rika's sitting here in the category. Right here. So there's nothing here. That's new, right? No fourth fragment right down here. Oh, it is right here. Right? Whole plus additional. Tragedy that could not destroy not only all of humanity, but the galaxy itself draws near. Keiichi Maibara, strip the girls of their swimsuits to defend the universe. However, can Keiichi possibly win against the club members all by himself? I think I'm not going to do that on stream. Those outfits already were a bit far. And Satoko in chapter 3. So let's just do the bonus after party, I guess. The secret staff room last time was so bad, I'm going to skip that as well. Okay, it's been a while since we had one, but let's go. Good work. It's been an awfully long time since we had an after party. We used to have one at the end of every story. Then we stopped around 6 or so. Never thought we'd still be having them in the Reiwa era. Wow. I wanted you to try counting how old we all are in the current Reiwa year when we're from the 58th year of the Showa era. I'll just count using 83 and whatnot, so 83, 20, 40. So they're about 50 something. Keep on. No, stop it. Stop the count. We'll always be in the prime of our youth. I suppose there might be some people who don't know what this after party thing is about, so I'll go ahead and explain. Back when Higurashi When They Cry was published as a Dojin game, it was released chapter by chapter. Basically, every chapter except for Matsuri Bayashi ended in tragedy and left you feeling bad. Yes, that's right. So to clear those bad feelings away, we held these after parties where we all carried on like normal. Things were brutal for us in the stories too, so we wanted to cut loose here. Nippon! But Apparently, it's both our own after party and an after party for the production staff. That's right. It's also meant to celebrate the final build, so it's shenanigans all around. In actuality, the debug tournament from Hell starts right after this, so it's not really the final build at all. I see. So that excitement and those agonizing cries come from the fact that they're making this right after their brains are completely fried from trying to finish said final build. Apparently, they even got letters complaining that the awful excitement completely ruined the solemn feelings they had when the chapter ended. That makes perfect sense. Well, that was a trope of doujin game development at the time, so cut them some slack. For those who don't know, a doujin work is a thing someone creates independently and then sells by themselves at event spaces. There's other opinions about what counts as doujin as well. Anyway, since doujin works are typically developed during the creator's spare time, there are no real deadlines. But since the days the events are held on are set well ahead of time, that ultimately creates deadlines for them anyway. So everyone ends up working until the deadline is right upon them, and then after an agonizing all-nighter that looks like something straight out of hell, they send it off for printing at the height of their exhaustion. That's why everyone's always burnt out by the time they finish the script, and these afterwords are usually written when they're in that state. Which is why it feels like everyone was always writing things like, "Good work, I'm tired," or "It was hell again." The afterwords from that era had an air of showing off, like they were bragging about how they didn't get any sleep. What a terrible culture, Nippon. They could have just honestly written about that, so why did they instead turn into these crazy after parties that were all over the place? Well, if the production staff coded in pictures of themselves and said, "Man, we're beat," then it wouldn't be very cute, would it? So please stop uploading this stuff to pirate sites, everyone. Damn, they're onto me. This is the pirated version. Regardless, the atmosphere around doujin game development back then thought of shaving years off your life as being praiseworthy. And the game industry still does. Well, you're only able to shave years off when you're still young. That's true. I guess our old man has truly become an old woman. You want to take it outside, you numbskull of the Valley of the Wind? What was that, my neighbor Dodo Brain? You're the cicada of Ariete. Look at all these references. Ponyo. Go Rosso. Can't say that one. You can't say that one. And arguments like that used to get even crazier and worse in the after parties of the old days. It actually feels nostalgic seeing that craziness again, I mean. Oops. Though they calmed down awful lot in the titles after Higurashi, didn't they? That's because the tea parties that served as the after parties in those games got incorporated into the main story. That's what did away with that wild energy. That's smart. There were no more after parties in the games that followed, huh? Having that much energy left after going through hell was because of their youth. By the time Uineko ended, and staff moved on to Higanbana and Rose Guns. What are those? Higanbana. Nosaku Yoroni, I guess? Written by... is a manga written by him. Huh. Okay, and... Rose Guns. 4-part doujin... I guess that's the thing. Rose Guns Days. Season 1 was released in 2012 and 2013. Huh. Man, Umineko is old as well. I forget that. I guess youth truly is a limited asset. I always thought people could stay young forever, depending on their mindset, of course. Right, this was made in 2014, so this was after those. Believing that youth will last forever is probably another privilege of the young. This has gotten kind of dour. This isn't what after parties are all about. Let's get our blood pumping. Yes, pay attention. Kei-chan just said something really smart. We can be as dour as we want later, so let's enjoy this moment even more. That's right. People who can't enjoy the present will never be able to enjoy the future that comes after. Alright, then let's get this after party going. What are we going to do now? A magic box from the ritual storehouse. There's a round hole in the top. It looks like your average raffle box. Inside are pieces of paper with all kinds of topics on them. I get it, so we'll draw one of those slips and then discuss that topic. I'll go ahead and draw the first one. Here we go. What's it say? What kind of person would you want to marry? Oh, it's embarrassing right from the start. Let's have Keichan be a man and go first. No stereotypical answers either. You have to say what you genuinely feel. What do you mean, no stereotypical answers? Huh? Why are you pinning my arms behind me? Hey, Pa, here's a treasured injection from the Fruity Shrine to make you answer honestly. Stop! 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 Yeah! Rika, is that syringe really safe to use on somebody? Of course, the effects are immediate. See, Keiichi's look has already changed. Keiichi-kun, are you okay? You don't feel ill, right? Hey, can you hear us? What kind of person would you want to marry? Whoa! Oh, first let's start by defining marriage. Are two people married after submitting their marriage registration? If so, the marriage is reduced to an administrative term used by cold-blooded officials. Is that acceptable? No, it is not. Marriage should be defined as when two souls are drawn to each other and vow to spend their lives together. Love is everything. Without love, there can be no marriage. Here are the gates of marriage open to any two people who love each other? No, it is not open to all. If love is everything, then age, nationality, religion, even gender should mean nothing in the end. Since Japan does not allow that, I can firmly declare the Japanese definition of marriage is not the same marriage I believe in. No, in fact, even asking both parties to be human is foolish. Human and innocent animals, or even humans and inorganic creatures should be able to marry. If both parties love each other and they're certain of that, then the bond between them is already eternal. How is that not marriage? How is it not? Now to return to the question at hand, what kind of person would Maibara Keiichi want to marry? The very question itself is flawed. It's mistaken. Oh my god. You're already being too narrow-minded by limiting it to people. You don't get it. At this point, Maibara Keiichi has already married over 100 wives. Of course, they're not people, nor are they animals. The one that I first married was a silicone. I don't really get it, but I think I'll pretend I didn't hear any of that. By silicone, does he mean a doll? Was Keiichi-san referring to the doll that served as the mother when he played a house as a little boy? Keiichi-san is surprisingly pure. I hope you stay this way forever, Satoko. By the way, sis, what kind of person would you want to marry? Me? Well, of course, I'd like someone who's mastered every martial art, has a thorough understanding of cryptography, works for an international spy agency, and, I would just want someone who went through school together with me, was always friends with me. Someone who would just turn at me at some point one day and ask, do you want to live together? I think. What is that? Right, that's so plain. I think you should be dreaming a bit bigger. Wahaha. Honestly, it's hardly worth trying to support you, sis. Well then, let's draw the next topic. I'll do it. Here we go. It says, this year's Higurashi's 20th anniversary. That's incredible. We've been around for 20 years by now? Really? I thought this was 2014, so wouldn't that be... Wow, it's already been that long? We've only been able to make it this far thanks to everyone's support. Every now and then I get anxious about what everyone from the Heisei and Reiwa era thinks about the Showa vibe we have. For one thing, 20 years ago, the original author wrote Higurashi thinking it would only get read by people attending Comiket. Culture will change over 20 years. What would pass for a joke 20 years ago is unforgivable now, and the opposite is also true. This game is a work of fiction that was written in the 14th year of the Heisei era. I hope those who install this game understand that it was written in a different time with a different culture and different values. We also cannot guarantee that owning and playing this game will always remain legal in the future Japan. Though it's a bit crude, we have to make things like that clear at the very beginning now. Except you didn't at the very beginning, you did it at the end. It may be crude, but that's the kind of era we're heading into. Now anything and everything is permanently recorded in the digital realm, and without adding a disclaimer like that, it can be misinterpreted as a reflection of the author's current values. It's also been 20 years for the authors since writing Higurashi. I'm sure his thoughts and ideas have changed between then and now. I now think murder is illegal. Legal. The author even said that he was able to write Higurashi precisely because it was 20 years ago when he was young. He mentioned that if he tried to write it now, at his current age, then even if the setting was the same, it would end up turning into a completely different story. I'd be interested in that. After aging 20 whole years, well, a lot would change. All the staff members who endured that agonizing development hell would be 20 years older now, too. There's no way they could all just sleep in the same room until it was finished now. Each of them has children, and they have families to spend time with, not to mention the huge difference in their stamina and concentration between then and now. That said, it's still possible for them to challenge themselves with writing stories that they can only write now after living through the past 20 years, right? That's very true. But I think it's also incredible that they're still holding on to the energetic feeling that Higurashi had 20 years ago. That's something we can't be grateful enough for. We were only able to reach this 20th anniversary thanks to everyone's support. I'm going to start skipping through this, just because I really wanted to start that story, even though I said I wouldn't stream it. Archanism may forever be trapped there. We'll always be growing paranoid, reaching level 5 and running wild. We'd be able to do something special for the 20th. Few ideas. Alright, next one is the last one. The anime Higurashi Go and Sotsu. That's our topic. Yes, let's talk about this first. As humans' conscience, I never once developed level 5 symptoms. Talking about never going level 5. Wait, the anime was tragedy. Oh, so this is after the recent anime. So this is very recent. Like, super recent. Let me look up how recent this one is. Higurashi O+. Like, it is literally 2 years ago now. So yeah. Remaster was teased back in 2020. Old content. Oh, this included like all the stuff. New content is the thing I was talking about. This cast interview. Alright, so this is going to include spoilers of the anime if I keep going through with it, so. There's either attack, there's someone there's someone. One good example is when human pounds away at me. Oops. Yeah, they're really talking about the author being shocked and whatnot, so. Besides all of it, our Satoko story. You just made me question your humanity. Oh, look at all these people. The uncle who was much kinder in the Higurashi Go and Sotsugo. It's so funny. Alright, now they're having Sukiyaki party, so I guess it's over with this probably. They can't even do a full photo anymore with all the characters. That was nice. Now I'm gonna skip through the staff stuff for sure. Another song? Jeez. I guess it's all new scenarios, so they had to do this. Just gonna see if it's new music a bit. Is this? Oh, it's all the arts. You have to admit, they must have really liked Rena back then, because look at all the arts. They're all of Rena. Even Himatsubushi. Finally, we get a different one. Was Mayakashi, Chapter 5. Sumi Horoboshi, of course. Oh, it even had a lighter. That's good. That's a nice one from Munagoroshi. Sorry, Bayashi. I sort of like the newer ones just because they're a bit more accurate for the arcs. Ray? Which one was Ray? Oh, wait, did I miss the final one? I guess I did. Look at everyone in the old style. Might not be getting much soon. If you want to hear the song with lyrics, definitely look it up. It's just called You, and it's originally, I believe it's originally lyriced up by Nayuta, Nayuta. But you can also look up Subaru from Hololive, who recently sang it for her 5th anniversary concert. There's the art finally. Let's move on now. staff room, where we may get some weird talks. Oh, there's the sword now. So does that mean Rika's going to appear now? The music is different too. All right, secret staff room. What? References unique terms and trends, along with the except immediately following completion of the master copy. So why do we have all these? Watanagashi, Horoshi, Saikuroshi. Huh? I feel like I don't want to read all these. Huh. I don't feel like these were in there, but yeah, I'm gonna stop after this one then. So this is the second one, 2002. So it really was 20 years ago. Oh yeah. Some reason I was thinking 90s. Wait, that picture. That's Chie Sensei, isn't it? Oh, Rena? Oh, making a figure of Rena. We're starting to skip through the lives. That's it. 3:25 a.m. So they were really burning the midnight flames there. We're done. I'll read that stuff after. I'm going to start this next one, which I really probably shouldn't, but we're doing it. It's not like I play that many street games that are like, uh-oh, I'm going to get in trouble on the YouTubes. Work of fiction. The Ritual Storehouse. It was a building with a strange air about it that stood quietly within the Furude shrine, surrounded by the noise of crying cicadas. The storehouse was said to contain the many important ritual tools used to perform the Watanagashi ceremony, the most ghastly of rituals in all of Hinamizawa's legends. So naturally, only members of the Furude family were allowed inside, or if extra hands were needed for a special ritual, then members of the three families were allowed as well, which all meant that the routine cleaning had to be done solely by Rika, the only remaining member of the Furude family. Today was one such cleaning day. Rika hated putting in effort, and since no one was around to see, she let her disgust show plainly on her face as she headed for the ritual storehouse. We only use the ritual storehouse a few times a year, so why does it have to be cleaned so often? Oh wow, that's disrespectful toward Oyashiro-sama. What, you were here? If you're here, then clean it yourself. I can't do that. It's been the rule since ancient times that in every generation, the cleaning has to be done by the priestesses of the Furude family. Still, I'm no demon. If you offered me some cream puffs, then I could make a special allowance for today. Snap. Hearing you say that makes me want to clean every inch thoroughly and deny you cream puffs out of spite. You're such a contrarian. If you live your life like that, you'll definitely suffer in the long run. Oh. Wait, that wasn't why I came here to tell you. Rika, you don't have to clean the ritual storehouse today. Huh? After calling me disrespectful and contrarian? Also, I'll be a little busy today. There's been a little bit of trouble. I'll be preoccupied with that today, so I won't have time to entertain you. Then you faded away, having grated against Rika's nerves. That's irritating. Hearing her say all that makes me want to thoroughly clean every corner and wax it all as well. I guess I'll get it finished quickly. I'm planning to go play at the pool with everyone from club this afternoon. Hearing Hanyu say she didn't have to clean today made Rika want to do it more, so she entered the virtual storehouse and spread out her cleaning tools. Now, where to start? First, she'd brush away the dust built on the creepy torture devices, that is, the ritual tools. There were several unfamiliar pouches there, resting atop the ritual tools like they were being enshrined. They were like bags for gym clothes, but they clearly hadn't been around the last time Rika went in here. What are these? I wonder if there's some strange magic treasure sealed away in the ritual storehouse. Rika took one without hesitation and opened it. Pulled up inside was a swimsuit and something resembling a small ancient scroll. I see. The voices of children playing around reached some distance from the Okonomiya public pool. Club members' bicycles all flew into the pool's parking lot, one after another. Oh yeah, first one here. I only lost by a hair, but I was still here second. Now hold on a moment. The inquiry lamp lit up on this one. Satsuko, a moment ago you obstructed me. That's earned you a demotion, putting me in second. Please don't throw away your betting slips until the winning horse has been decided, Nipa. How do you know about that, Riki-chan? How? Still, I'm looking forward to enjoying the pool with all our club members here. Will everything be okay, though? This pool won't explode or disappear, will it? Not unless Michan says we should do some club activity here, right? Oh, well, it should expect to escape unharmed when we've come to play. No, today, let's just behave and enjoy the pool. They only just finished remodeling this place, and my grandma got called in as a guest when they finished work on it. I can't make her look bad. I don't quite understand, but I do get that Mion will get mad if we go wild here. Nipa! Just before they split up by gender to change in the changing rooms, Rika suddenly raised her hand. I almost forgot. Today I brought something a bit unusual for everyone. Huh? What is it? A beach ball? Or is it a big dolphin floaty? Is it? What? What are those pouches? What's this now? You want us club members to wear matching swimsuits? You'll never guess. These are the secret treasures that were hidden in the ritual storehouse. The irresistible swimsuits. What do you mean by irresistible? You mean wearing them makes you popular? That's odd. Why do I have deja vu? Why am I getting the chills? But look at this. There's a super cute swimsuit inside. Oh, I'm taking it home. But don't you feel hesitant in wearing a swimsuit someone else chose? Will it even fit? You won't need to worry there. It'll stretch fit whoever wears it. It's in sizes all the way from elephant to flea. Plus, whoever wears it will immediately become overflowing with charm, drawing in the opposite sex like a black hole and winning over their hearts. Well, I normally keep my charm in check, but it might be good to release my limiters now and then. My, you're suggesting all the men at the pool would end up staring at me? That's mildly embarrassing, but I'd love to experience it at least once. So in my case, the hearts of all the girls in swimsuits would be drawn to me like I'm a black hole, huh? I don't have one for you, Keiichi. There's only 4, and for women. Nipa! Keiichi trudged into the men's changing room. However, he was quick to regain his spirit. At the very least, he was sure to see the club members in swimsuits packed with arousing pheromones. No, wait. When a weird magic item is involved, that usually leads to a disastrous end, right? Like if it unleashes incredible charm, then it's either so incredibly tacky or embarrassing that it makes the wearer ashamed of it. That reminds me, during my irresistible swim trunks incident in Higurashi Ray, the swim trunks had the same pattern as a stereotypical thief sack. At that moment, bright light filled the area. He didn't understand what was going on, but he did realize he was caught up in something out of this world. What? What is this? Listen, child of man, my Keiichi. He heard a solemn voice coming from the light of heaven. The voice was so intense, he recognized it as the voice of a god. What on earth is going on here? Have I done something blasphemous? Hanyu, you have done nothing wrong. However, the priest of the Furuta Shrine, Rika, has done something absurd. Rika-chan has? Wait, are you referring to the irresistible swimsuit she brought today? I do remember her saying they were a secret treasure from the ritual storehouse. That is precisely it. And after I told that Rika she didn't have to clean today, too. Ah, good grief. Why are the Furuta women always such contrarians? Oh God, what does this have to do with me? Mayabara Keiichi, I want you to become the savior who will rescue this planet. Savior? I mean, every boy past a certain age has fantasized about something like that. Are you being serious? Those magic swimsuits are foreign objects that drifted here from a different fragment. It's very difficult to cross the sea of fragments, and it's even rarer for an object with no will of its own to do so. Yet those swimsuits were blessed with a billion miracles and good fortune to make their way here, to this fragment. Still, they just make people irresistible, right? Wouldn't that only be enough to create the kind of charming scenes often seen in romantic comedies? That may be true of its power alone, but that is not the problem here. Different fragments are essentially different worlds. Incidentally, that also means there are things that cannot coexist with this world, no matter how similar the two may be. Those things that drift here are made from materials that can't exist in this fragment. Roughly 1 hour after those girls put them on, the reaction will begin. Reaction? Do you mean the swimsuits will start melting away? The materials of this world will react to the material that shouldn't exist in it. Mutual annihilation. That reaction will create enough energy to give birth to a new galaxy. Wouldn't that mean that the Earth's in danger? It will cause an explosion that will easily shatter as many planets as a human could possibly count in one lifetime, and still have more energy left over. Yeah! Hanyu showed him what would happen in just 1 hour. Keiichi was shown a vision of the planet floating in space. Then our blue, shining Earth exploded. It wasn't on the kind of scale where people could flee on a spaceship. The entire galaxy exploded. It was clear there was nothing to be done about Earth at all. Hold on. Why is something that terrifying here in Hinamizawa? Why does Rika-chan have it? It just happened to drift into this fragment yesterday. I'd been planning to spend all of today safely disposing of it. Shouldn't you be telling Rika-chan directly instead of me? I mean, shouldn't you be telling her right now to stop them from wearing the suits? The problem is that the magic power of those swimsuits also has the power to ward away the gods of this fragment, like me. So my voice can't reach Rika while she has the swimsuits with her. I see. So there's a strict time limit of 1 hour from now. It just turned 1 o'clock, so I'll have to do something by 2. I've imbued one of the trash cans at the entrance with my power. If you toss them into the trash can, then I can safely expel them from this fragment. Roger that. Which means once I strip the 4 club members of the world-destroying swimsuits and toss them into the trash can, my mission will be complete. Keiichi leapt out of the changing room with enthusiasm. He knew it wouldn't be easy just to convince them to take off the swimsuits they just put on. Yet now the fate of the world, nay, the galaxy was riding on this very thing. Couldn't he just tell Rika and then they'd understand? Besides, they were friends in arms who faced death together and shared both joys and hardships. Surely they would understand and listen. Hey everyone, we have big trouble. Listen to me. However, the poolside was shrouded in a strange fervor that left Keiichi taken aback. Because all of the men are drawn to them. Oh, those are cute. All of them are. Oh, wow, so beautiful. Models, actresses, what are such cute girls doing here at our public pool? Why are we using adult fit models? Everyone's eyes are so passionate. Snap. Rika posed like a cat and winked, causing a frenzied roar to erupt from the men. Now we must see the originals. It's almost the same swimsuit, just on the old model. Okay, it is a lot better, but still. No! Oh my, I'll not allow you to hog all the stairs, Rika. You even, like, I'm doing this. Look how charming I am. You are cute. So sexy. The Satoko-sama. Then we'll join in too. They look a bit more odd because they're bigger on there, but yeah, she even has that necklace there. Probably wouldn't notice if I didn't check their originals. Let's leave everyone weak-kneed. Oh, beautiful. No, Big Bang. This is a Big Bang of beauty. Ren and Mion were both posing like models, leaving the men writhing and shouting with joy. The swimsuits themselves certainly were cute. It was hard to imagine they were foreign objects that had drifted in from another world. However, the waves of charm pouring off of them was truly otherworldly. Bunyo! You're all super sexy! Huh? Stay cool, my Keiichi. Feast your eyes on the galaxy destroyers. That truly is incredible magic. They certainly live up to the name of irresistible swimsuit. Because Keiichi knew of the threat and was entrusted with the fate of the galaxy, he was just barely held on to his reasoning. However, the rest of the other men were thoroughly unable to resist their charm. No, it was violence. Violence under the name of charm. True violence, known as sexiness, which no born male could resist. The overpowered men were currently an enthralled procession, following around the sexy charm of the club members. Yet they weren't the only ones enraptured. The club members themselves were as well. Dazzling, handsome, poolside princes were reverently treating them like princesses. This was the dream, the maiden's dream, the dream every young girl admired in shoujo manga and gave up on as impossible. Incredible. I don't think I want to go back to reality while I'm this popular. I don't think so at all. Riki-chan, these swimsuits really are amazing. I might get addicted to this. Seeing men's attitudes change so drastically is a tad off-putting. But I, for one, feel amazing. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, it's Keiichi. You can be enraptured by our charm as well, Keiichi. Riki gave him an adorable cat pose. If the waves of charm were visible, it would have been like witnessing the explosive shockwave from a huge comet over 10 kilometers wide. Keiichi managed to endure as the minds of the men around them were torn into pieces. Hold on a second. Be careful how you act. For right now, every minor movement of yours holds enough impact to wipe out the dinosaurs. Oh, come on, Kei-chan. You're exaggerating. Like this? Like this? Oh, no, yo. Mi-chan, stop it. Keiichi-kun is suffering. Rena, thank you for your consideration. But less pressing your breasts together, please. I know you're not doing it intentionally, but it's very effective. My, I wonder what would happen if I pressed my modest yet still growing for my age breasts together. Stop, Satsuko. No. No. I'll try pressing my body and underbelt to breasts together. Iba. So stop. Oh. The men's minds were hit by several big bangs. Visually, it looked like the men had developed pink hearts in their eyes and grew unsteady on their feet. However, in the men's collective mental world, the planetary alignment was wrecked by clashing galaxies, shattered into pieces until all that remained was placebo. Still, the club members were completely unaware of the destruction they wrought. No. If it was just exploding the minds of men, that would still be cute. 5 whole minutes had already passed. There were only 55 minutes left before the whole galaxy exploded. Hey, time out. Everyone, please listen to me. This is extremely important. The irresistible swimsuits you're all wearing right now are dangerous. At this rate, the Earth will be destroyed, so please take them off quickly. My, asking us to remove our swimsuits? Keiichi-san, that's not something you should be saying to a lady. Yeah. These swimsuits will destroy the Earth? I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Nipa. What on earth do you mean? Let's hear Keiichi-kun out. No, he's just jealous of how popular we've become. Today, he can enjoy having his mind blown away by our charm. Mion-shama! Damn it, they've gotten too carried away to listen. I have no other choice now. They won't listen to reason. I'll have to use force. Keiichi boldly leapt at them. However, the men surrounding the girls wouldn't allow such barbarism. The men seized upon the opportunity to show off how cool they were and leapt at Keiichi like animals. Smack, bam, chop, kabam. The outcome was plain as day. The club members left with roaring laughter, and the enraptured men followed them like a procession once again. Keiichi was left behind, having been torn into pieces. Right, I wouldn't be having trouble if I could challenge them head on and win. What will you do, my brother Keiichi? While you're sitting there lost in thought, time is still slipping away. The end of the world, and also the galaxy, is drawing closer. I don't stand a chance of winning if I challenge them directly without tricks. I have to drag them into a situation where I can beat them on my own. Divide and conquer would be a standard tactic. Challenging them head-on is just plain foolish. So I'll have to maneuver them around, isolate them one by one, catch them off guard, and attack them to seize victory. Alright, let's run a mental simulation. First, I'll call Rena out by herself to a place without anyone else around. I'll lure Rena out to a storeroom in the staff building, which the general public avoids. We'll still hear the cheery voices from the pool, but Rena will be confused by the desolate space devoid of others. Then I'll leap from the shadows and assault Rena from behind. Yeah, Keiichi-kun? Oh there, Rena. Sorry, but be good for me, okay? It'll all be over soon. Then I'll pin Rena against the floor in her swimsuit. I'll straddle her and use my left hand to pin her hands above her head. Now I'll use my free right hand to reach for her chest. Yeah, stop! Someone help me! You can cry and scream, but no one is coming to rescue you. No, I definitely can't do that. He scratched at his head, trying to dispel his overactive imagination. Even if it was to save the galaxy, his pride as a man wouldn't allow him to force himself upon a swimsuit-clad girl in an isolated area. No. There's no honor in fighting like that. Not to mention, it's already impossible for a guy like me to forcefully strip a swimsuit from a girl. So what else can I do now that it's proving difficult to convince them to strip on their own? If there was a serious club competition, then he would be prepared to stoop to any low to win. They were currently in Okonomiya at a public pool with mostly normal people. Even if the club members would freely forgive him, the other people around wouldn't feel the same way. By tomorrow, there wouldn't be a single person in Okonomiya or Hinamizawa that didn't hear the rumors of him being a pervert, who assaulted women and tried to strip them naked. They have the numerical advantage, and I'm also handicapped by being a guy. Damn, what am I supposed to do? That was when an unusual figure crossed Keiichi's vision. Shion. What is that outfit? Angel Mort. Judging from her outfit, she was working at the public pool's food court. She was definitely planning to enjoy the pool herself as soon as her shift was over. She was wearing the restaurant's apron over her swimsuit and was standing a bit further back in the shadows. She was also chewing on her thumbnail with a terrifying expression as she stared at the irresistible club members. Apparently, she didn't like her twin, Mion, being so popular. It'll be reassuring if I can get Shion on my side. Her wit and courage are on par with that of the club members. On top of that, she's a girl, so it'll be easier for her to touch a girl's body. Why is Mion this popular? And yet no one is even looking at me. Grr. Calm down, Shion. You'll bite through your thumbnail. Yeah. Kei-chan, when did you get here? I've been here for a while. We're short on time, though. For now, just listen to me. I see. Got it. Sheesh. This is such a huge idiot. She's getting so full of herself when she's only popular to magic. Add in the fact that the galaxy will be destroyed if nothing is done in 40 minutes, and it's no laughing matter. Shion was quick to understand. Though it was more like after learning the truth behind Mion's behind Mion's popularity, she was more than happy to help strip it away from her. As an only child, Keiichi didn't really get it, but he was assumed being siblings came with all kinds of difficult feelings like that. Anyway, let's isolate them one by one and recover those swimsuits. I'll do the stripping, so don't worry. You'd get arrested in a flash if you did it anyway. Alright, having an ally is reassuring. Now let's start making our move. Who should we target first? Let's target Satsuko first. The longer we leave that girl alone, the more traps she'll set, which will make things more difficult. Alright, our first target is Satsuko. Satsuko's irresistible swimsuit. Let's strip it off of her. In the next moment, an eagle-eyed shadow blocked the sun that had been lighting up Keiichi and Shion. No, not a shadow. A person with a cloak? No. A man with a lab cloak floating behind him landed before the pair. Irie. It was Irie Kyosuke! Hey, I heard what's going on. If it's to protect the galaxy, then I, Irie Kyosuke, will happily offer up my life to strip off Sasuko-chan's swimsuit. Irie, never mind where you were or how you heard her story. Having even one more ally right now is a big help. I doubt he meant it about protecting the galaxy, though. Still, he'll be useful as a distraction. At that time, the club members were conveniently taking separate actions. It seemed the men following them each had different tastes, so they were each surrounding their favorite girl. That naturally helped to separate the four of them. Satsuko was enjoying her popularity at first, but she was finally starting to grow annoyed by it, so now she was trying to avoid attention and rest on a deck chair. Of course, Irie wasn't one to miss that golden opportunity. Satsuko-chan! Toe! Yeah! Coach, when where on earth did you pop out of? As long as the sun shines, whenever you're in a crisis, Satsuko-chan, I, Irie Kyosuke, will always appear. Crisis? Coach, I'm not in a crisis. I'm actually feeling quite great. In fact, I never thought I'd be so popular. Yes, that swimsuit is a danger. It's putting you in a crisis. What do you mean? Still, the whole story about that magic swimsuit exploding the galaxy in a few dozen minutes? Do you think Satsuko will believe it? Might not be very convincing, though I think Coach has his very own unique way of doing it. His own unique way? Right. Coach is a doctor. Yes, Coach is a doctor at his side business. If he uses his skill as a doctor, I'm sure Satsuko will believe him. Except she won't. Of course, his main job is made evangelism. The swimsuit is bad for my skin? Yes, unfortunately I've discovered that it contains base materials which cause an allergic reaction in the skin of a select few. Satsuko-chan, have you ever had a mosquito bite turn red, swell up, and become itchy? Have you ever felt ticklish when someone waved a feather against you? I have. I knew it. Your body is one of those that are allergic to the swimsuit's materials. Not too late yet. You should go change into a different swimsuit at once. Way to go, Irie. He was being a little suspicious, but his medical explanation was steadily convincing Satsuko. Alright. I already had enough fun being popular anyway. Plus, I brought my own swimsuit too. I'll go get changed in the changing room. No, your skin is already in the highly dangerous red zone. You haven't started symptoms yet, but you need treatment. I thought something like this might happen, so I always carry a swimsuit that's great for your skin. Of course, I keep all sizes, from those for young bodies to those for seductive, outrageous proportions. I highly recommend you wear this English-made style swimsuit, made from the healthiest of fabrics. Wah! How could he? Satsuko was finally in agreement, and he ruined it in an instant. The very next moment, there was a shocking flash of light, and Coach lay sprawled out with a burned smell rising from him. Shion had used her trump card, her max output stun gun. I figured it would end up like this anyways. Hello, Satsuko. It's your Nene. My Shion-san, when did you? Crackle. Oh, she knocked her out. Satsuko also collapsed, following a comical electric shock. Hey, that was merciless. Here, a towel. Thank you. Now, if you're a gentleman, could you please turn around for a moment? Glad Shion is here. Shion took the bath towel that was handed to her and covered Satsuko up with it before quickly stripping her of the swimsuit. Rustle, rustle. Slop. One down. So what do we do with the swimsuit we removed? Chuck it into the magic trash can by the entrance. They both raced for the entrance and tossed the swimsuit into the magic trash can Hanyu had imbued with her magic. Then it shimmered with light as it disintegrated, almost as if it was returning to heaven. This art, so beautiful. Doctor's orders, 3 to go. Now we finally cleared the first hurdle. How much time left? 30-something? Yep. Let's waste no time in moving on to the next one. Now, who should we target next? Should be Riko, right? Mion. If we don't go after her before she hears about what we're doing, we'll be in trouble. Iri carried the unconscious Satsuko over to the doctor's office. Mion and the others were still most likely unaware of the attack. Roger that. We go after 6 next. I'll approach her, wait until her guard is down, and knock her out with my stun gun. Then we'll pretend she had a fainting spell, and you and I will carry her somewhere out of the way. That sounds like it won't work whatsoever. Got it. You really are a big help, Shion. Though it feels like you could handle everyone all on your own somehow. Keiichi thought he would be the hero saving the galaxy, but now he realized he had been relegated to the status of side character, and it left him feeling a little blue. However, this was no time to be worrying about that. They only had a little time left. Mion had also been enjoying her popularity, but she was starting to want some time alone as well. It wasn't that difficult to send her followers away. She just had to say she was going to the bathroom, and the men couldn't follow after her. Mion stood before the sink's mirror in the bathroom, grinning at her own reflection. They say women grow more beautiful the more they're seen. I certainly think I can see that now. I definitely feel like I'm even more irresistible than when I first put the swimsuit on. Will I have to give this swimsuit back to her? I hope I can wear it forever. That reminds me, I wonder if Keiichi is feeling jealous. Keiichi, our bonds as club members will never change. But if you're going to take the next step, I hope you use that jealousy to give you courage. What am I standing here saying? So embarrassing. What are you creepily grinning in front of a mirror for, sis? Huh? Shion, you startled me. What are you doing here? Angel Mort currently has a pop-up shop at the food court here at the Okonomiya Public Pool. Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks for working all the way out here. Have fun earning that cash, okay? I'm busy getting all the guys to stare at me. She spoke with a loose, sloppy smile. Her guard was completely down. Keiichi was standing by, just outside the bathroom. Once Shion hit her with the stun gun, the two of them would pretend she fainted and carry her somewhere out of sight to relieve her of the swimsuit. Good grief, keep making a face like that and your cheeks will sag. If you end up looking that dumb, then we won't be identical twins anymore. That's not true. Besides, a little sagging would just make me look more like you. Mion and Shion were having their usual silly banter. Yet Shion's right arm slowly advanced from Mion's blind spot. Only her arm moved, like it had a life of its own, bringing the stun gun closer. Then in a blink, only slightly faster, Mion's own arm moved like it was alive and pulled her big model gun out from somewhere and pressed it against Shion's forehead. From their expressions, they both looked like they were chatting, but their arms were acting separately. Huh? What? What's this now? I've heard you modified that stun gun quite a bit. Though you should know this piece of mine is quite modified too. It can pierce right through aluminum cans. Oh geez, that is strong. Well, even if I'm joking about that, it'll still leave a bruise on your forehead for a long time. Long enough that you might get nicknamed the Buddha. Oh dear, stop with that, sis. You're so scary. She played it off, but her brow was twitching. They really were twins. They could sense the other's hostility. You wanted to try wearing this irresistible swimsuit, right? But you can't. I won't let you wear it. Of course. Well, Swiss, I should be heading back to work now. Our guard! Give Uncle Yoshiro my regards. Sis, I can't believe Sis got one over on me. It's not fair. Seriously? Your surprise attack didn't work? Now that you failed, Mion is in alert mode too. This is bad. How will we ever go after her again? No, we still have options. You're up next, Kei-chan. He is gonna seduce her, right? Come on, if your surprise attack won't work, then how am I supposed to catch her off guard? No, we'll still catch her off guard, but you'll be doing it from a different angle that only you can pull off. I'll teach you my secret plan, Keiji. I'm 50-50 on whether it'll actually work, but it's the only option we have in order to save the galaxy. Huh? It's Kei-chan! Hey! Hey, Mion. Looks like you're enjoying your popularity. Huh? What's the matter? You seem kind of down. Are you a bit jealous this old man is so popular? I'm not jealous. You are. I was just thinking how none of these guys could understand your true charm. Huh? They're all just seduced by the irresistible swimsuit's magic. None of these guys have noticed your true charm. Even though I know how charming you are, no one else gets it. That's just frustrating and sad to me. Kei-chan. I know how charming you truly are. If the other men saw that too and were moved by it, then I wouldn't be jealous. In fact, as your best friend, I'd be proud. So, I wish you'd show those followers your true charms. And I wish you'd realize it too. Huh? Me? You're always putting yourself down by saying things like this old man isn't very feminine and all. But you're full of a cute young woman's charm, if you ask me. I was always proud that I was the only one who noticed it, but now I feel the opposite. I want those followers to see your true charms. Kei-chan. Hey, Shion, is this really the right thing to do? If Mion finds out this was just a strategy to get the irresistible swimsuit off of her, then she'll rip me apart. Well, I guess sacrificing myself is a small price compared to saving the galaxy. My swimsuit. I was thinking I might change into the one I brought with me. Well, I'm not so confident. The swimsuit I brought today really is a boring swimsuit that's neither cute nor sexy. Everyone will be disappointed. Of course, that includes you, right? Wear this. What's this? I believe this swimsuit will best bring out your charms. Keiichi handed her a paper bag with the swimsuit that Shion had provided him with. He had no idea what the swimsuit was like, but he lied through his teeth so he could get her to change into it, letting him recover the irresistible swimsuit. Sure, got it. Promise not to laugh if I don't look good in it, though, okay? Of course I won't. Also, I'll take the irresistible swimsuit back to Rika-chan on your behalf, so bring it out with you. Huh? Well, why do I have to give you the swimsuit I just took off? Why? Why? If you really insist, then, I guess it's fine. Stop, don't blush. I'm saying this for the sake of the galaxy. Anyway, please hurry. Saying the galaxy part. Oh, Mion went back into the women's changing room with light-headed steps. Okay, Kei-chan, see? This was an easy mark, right? It was easy up to this point, but I'm afraid of tomorrow. You just made me trigger a tragedy flag, I know it. Even if we save the galaxy, there's no hope of salvation for me. That's just a matter of whether or not you make up your mind already. Make up my mind? About what? If you remain too dense, then you'll trigger my tragedy flag in addition to hers. Ah, sis, welcome back. You look great in that. Oh, what is this? A swimsuit? Mion came back from changing, wearing something extremely familiar, even if she did look incredibly good in it. This is Angel Mort's uniform, isn't it? That's right, sis. You look just as great in it as ever. Okay, now take this out. Shion quickly removed Mion's hair tie. Her long hair flowed free of its former ponytail. And so now it looked like two Shions were standing there. What's the meaning of this? That was when they heard Uncle Yoshiro's voice. He was calling for Shion-chan. Ah, there you are. Shion-chan, sorry. Can you come back from break? We got a sudden rush of customers and we can't handle them all. Huh? Hold on. I'm not Shion. I'm Mion. Mion! Either works for me. If you're in Angel Mort's uniform, that's good enough. Come on, let's go, let's go. Sorry, sis. We're busy saving the galaxy, so please take care of the restaurant for me. I'll remember this! Off to work. 2 to go. Here, now we've safely recovered 2. Alright, let's toss this in the magic trash can fast. We have, only 15 minutes left. All thanks to Sis taking her sweet time changing. What was that? In the next instant, the wooden hammer used to hit temple gongs came flying out of nowhere and struck Keiichi right in the back of the head. While the hammer had originally been aiming for Shion, she cleanly dodged it. I found you! Shion-san, how dare you! There's no reason good enough to warrant shocking me out of the blue. Satsuko! Now, don't be mad. Once you hear why, you'll understand it had to be done. But the truth is, those irresistible swimsuits you're all wearing, Skip. Those are dangerous treasures from the Furude Shrine, right? I had a revelation from God while I was passed out. Once the irresistible swimsuits were removed, Hanyu was able to make contact and explain the circumstances. Thanks to her divine power, everyone could understand the situation without any confusion. I don't know why she has to be naked here. I was enjoying this swimsuit, but I would in fact prefer to keep living in the same galaxy. How many people are left? 2 left, just Rika-chan and Rena. We're down to 15 minutes remaining. We don't have time to chat. Let's hurry. Come on, you two. Who do we target next? Rika-chan, right? If we bring Rika back to her senses, everything should fall back into place. Rena-san seems pretty calm and collected about the whole thing. So if we make Rika understand that it's dangerous and ask her to take it off, she should give it back easily. Except she's a contrarian. I don't think it'll go that quickly with Rika-chan. She normally puts on an act, but she's still a cunning veteran club member. Rika-chan has absorbed the followers that stuck to Sis and Satsuko, so now she has a huge throng of bodyguards. Damn that Rika-chan, she's doing it on purpose, isn't she? With her repeatedly pulling off those enchanting poses, those guys' excitement is at a dangerous level. Rika does tend to enjoy making men eat out of the palm of her hands. In other words, she would be the most impregnable target of all. However, it was also highly likely that conquering Rika-chan would resolve everything all at once, so we should have gone for her first. She was basically the final boss. Even so, it was worth circumventing her and conquering Satsuko and Mion first. Having the Trapmaster Satsuko on their side was a big deal. Plus, having Mion take her place meant the reliable Shion was freed from the bonds of hourly wage labor. It also made it seem like it would be even better to conquer Rena and get her on their side first, but let's drink some water. We don't have time. We can't afford to go slow and steady. Yes, we should focus on all our effort in settling the battle against Rika. I doubt a surprise attack will work on Rika-chan. That said, I don't see how we can win just by attacking her head on. Look at the hearts in the eyes of those bodyguards. I'll die for Rika-chan is practically written on their faces. Ho ho ho! Please, Keiichi-san. No matter how many non-club members gather together against us, their numbers mean nothing before my traps. This was their strategy. Satsuko would move in ahead of time and set up a kill zone of powerful traps. Then Keiichi and Shion would launch their attacks while Satsuko blocked off the escape path. Together, they'd drive Rika's followers into the kill zone, putting a stop to them. They would also need additional traps to confuse the bodyguards. Once she lost them, Rika would finally decide to flee in order to protect herself. Satsuko disappeared into the crowd for a while. Then after about 5 minutes, she came back giving the all clear sign. Alright, let's go. Protect the galaxy. Okay, finally she's in a proper swimsuit. Rika-sama! Ah, so beautiful! Now, Rika-san, allow us to put some sunscreen on you. No, why don't you just join us under this parasol and enjoy some tapioca milk tea instead? Ah, we can't allow Rika-chan's skin to burn. I need to feed the cat. Be right back. It's funny. Almost any other day, he'd be like begging me for food like an hour ago. But this time, he's just ready for us to play. Ah, we can't allow Rika-chan's skin to burn. Now, get under my shadow. I feel very comfortable. It's like I've become a queen. Nipa. Huh? What is it? Pop, pop, pop. After the sound of explosions, most of the crowd began sneezing. A huge amount of Satoko's secret pepper mix bang snaps erupted within them. The rising clouds of pepper smoke were sending the bodyguards into a sneezing hell. Attack! It's an attack! Evacuate Rika-sama to safety. Calm down. Satoko's traps are a diversion. Strengthen our rear guard. Come on, Rika-san, hide behind us. As expected from Rika, she didn't even flinch at such an attack. However, even if Rika could issue appropriate commands, the bodyguards following her were just amateurs. Let's go, Shion. Doya! Yes, roger that. Take that. Whoa! Whoa! Splash, splash, splash. Keiichi and Shion turned the lane dividers into jump ropes, and the bodyguards fell into the pool one after another. Now, Satoko, now! Rika! These swimsuits are too dangerous for a prank! Satoko nimbly leapt through the path cleared by Keiichi and Shion, swinging in on a rope. Of course, Keiichi and Shion weren't slacking off either. They were still going wild with the lane dividers, dumping the bodyguards into the pool like they were playing some kind of game. Satoko, why are you mad? You had such a fun time too. You never told me the galaxy would be destroyed because of them. What are you talking about? While they managed to confuse the bodyguards and get them off of Rika, she was quite nimble herself. She looked like she was spinning about as she ran, but she was cleverly predicting Satoko's trap zones and evading them. As I thought, Rika, you can see right through me. I know everything about you, down to how you sleep, how you yawn, your habits, and your tastes. Nipa. This is bad. If she's reading Satoko's traps this thoroughly. This is no time to be playing tag. Damn it, the hour's almost up. No, there's one more option. Satoko should realize that too. We'll just have to gamble on that. Ah, crap. Keiichi slipped. The bodyguards didn't let that chance escape, and dogpiled onto Keiichi. Oh no! Shion, take care of the rest. I'll get out of this somehow. Yeah, let go. Yeah. Keiichi struggled to escape from the mountain of bodyguards that kept leaping in and piling up on top of him. The club members couldn't wait for his escape, though. So instead, Shion steeled her resolve. Shion's stern gaze met Satoko's eyes. With just that moment of eye contact, they both understood what the other was planning. That's the only way to stop Rika, though. This really should be Kei-chan's role. Oh well, we'll have to leave the rest to him. I don't know what you two are plotting, but even with two of you, I won't fall for Satsuko's traps that easily. It was true. Rika had a solid read on them. Satsuko's traps were very dangerous. That was all the more reason she always subconsciously made sure to keep herself from getting caught in their activation. That was why she could predict Satsuko's traps by gauging the distance she kept while driving others toward them. No matter how close she pressed in, Satsuko always backed off when pushing them into the trap zone. As long as she didn't miss that moment, she would never be driven into Satsuko's traps. Though the moment you've convinced yourself of that is the moment you've fallen for my trap. Huh? Now, Satsuko! Satsuko and Shion both leapt at her together. It certainly wasn't impossible to overwhelm her with two attacking at once. However, there were still many bodyguards around. Even if they both restrained her temporarily, the crowd of bodyguards would quickly peel them off of her and restrain them. That's why she couldn't understand it. For a moment, she couldn't understand Satsuko and Shion's play. That opening was all they needed to grapple her. Naturally, the bodyguards rushed to Rika-sama shouting, "Shit, save me! Save her!" and ended up in a massive ball of people. There was no way they could strip her swimsuit from her with all the men there. What? No way! The ultimate technique of Satsuko-style trap arts. Casting aside your own safety and incorporating yourself into the trap. No way! You're actually hitting yourself too? Save Rika-sama! Rika-sama! Kei-chan, the rest is up to you. Freaking bomb. Kaboom! A roar, a flash, an explosion. Satsuko's all-out trap erupted. After the tremendous smoke slowly cleared, Rika, as well as Satsuko and Shion, and also all of the bodyguards, were passed out with stars circling above their heads. Satsuko had never once before used the kamikaze style of catching both herself and her opponent in the same trap. That wasn't because she couldn't do it. She had held it in reserve the whole time, to use as a trump card one day when facing Rika, the person closest to her, who knew everything about her traps. However, since both Shion and Satsuko had grappled Rika, they had both taken the full brunt of the trap. All three of them had rings of stars spinning above their heads. Incredible, she took them all out at once. However, there was no time to savor this victory. They were already down to only 5 minutes left. They'd taken Rika down, but they still had Rena left. He had also lost all the allies he could count on. It was hopeless. Even so, I have to fight. I'm the only one who can save the galaxy. Keiichi approached Rika with the towel they had readied, and then he finally realized the fatal flaw in this situation. No, wait. Crap. Who's going to remove Rika-chan's swimsuit? Will I have to do it? However, they had caused a big commotion. Lots of normalists were looking over to see what was going on. So we would have to sneakily carry Rika-chan somewhere away from people, Keiichi thought. Possible. There were even more normal guests now that it was the afternoon. It was impossible to find a place out of sight, and if anyone happened to see, rumors would spread through the entire village, and he'd be arrested on the spot. The fate of the galaxy rests on removing her swimsuit. But of course, he couldn't say that to some woman he didn't know and ask her for her help. It's finished. Our galaxy's done for. I'll remove it for you. Just turn around and face the other way. Huh? Rena? Rena appeared out of nowhere and safely recovered Rika-chan's swimsuit. What was going on? The swimsuits Rika-chan brought really were full of incredible power, huh? It wouldn't be odd if there was some price to pay for it. Besides, there's no meaning to charm you don't cultivate yourself. If you get popular from charm that isn't your own, you'll just feel empty in the end. Oh. He thought Rena would be the most elated about it all, but the truth was the exact opposite. Rena had been calm from the very start. After seeing that Rika's swimsuit actually possessed supernatural power, she suspected that there had to be some kind of catch behind it. Huh? Then from the start you... Yeah, I was afraid of them, so I decided not to wear it. What? You didn't? I could have given you a revelation and gotten you on our side way before now. I thought you were wearing one and couldn't receive my messages. Ow, 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 ow. Though we're really lucky you didn't. We have less than 5 minutes left, but now we might just barely make it. So where's the irresistible swimsuit intended for you? It's in my locker in the changing room. I'll go get it. There's almost no time left. Please hurry. Yeah, got it. Huh? Kaboom! A trap. Rena felt herself step on something unusual, and a huge wash tub hit her square in the head. It was one of the traps set for the battle against Rika that hadn't gone off. Rena? Are you okay? Ooh, I'm fine. Rena spun around twice and then collapsed onto the ground. Her eyes were filled with stars too. What a terrible reversal at the very last minute. This is just plain bad, isn't it? Rena's swimsuit is still inside the women's changing room. Fortunately, Rena had the locker number and the key on her arm, so that's taken care of. But there's no way I can go into the women's changing room. Satoko, Shion, and Rena are all passed out and done for, Keiichi thought. Oh right, Mion. There's Mion. Her uncle dragged her away saying they were busy with customers, but surely she's free by now. This isn't the end of the line. Please don't run. If you all won't cooperate, then we won't be able to keep this restaurant open here anymore. Everyone, please prepare your payment ahead of time so you won't need any change. Oh, we have new limitations on the menu. Customers are now limited to one pretty poolside petanque pudding per customer. Hey, Mion, can you lend a hand to save the galaxy? Sakuchan, take over line management for a second. I'm going into the back to give the owner a break. Everyone stay hydrated. Don't get a heat stroke. Mia-chan, Rin-chan, man the registers. Also, I'm heading to the back, so, water. Yeah, Sozaki-san collapsed. Okonomi, a public pool branch of Angel Mort, was doing tremendously great business. Apparently, they were offering a special bonus today. They were swarmed with a terrible number of customers. Mion was fighting bravely on the front lines, but then she collapsed. No. What do I do now? This is bad. There goes my final hope. That was the last person who might go into the girls' changing room for me. There was only 5 minutes left. He was completely out of ideas for women he could convince in such a short time to bring him the swimsuit from Rena's locker in order to save the galaxy. Well, what do we do now, Keiichi? At this rate, the galaxy is doomed. Can't you use your incredible persuasion powers to con someone into doing something about this? That power of mine only works on other men. Can't you use your divine powers to convince some girl to do it? Right now my powers are weak. I can only provide revelations to the club members, since they're so close to me. Yeah, what do we do? What am I supposed to do? There's no time. At this point, Keiichi, you'll have to brave the women's club changing room, for the sake of the galaxy. I refuse. If the price for saving the galaxy is being labeled a pervert who stormed into the women's changing room, then it's too much. There's too little reward for it. If it means bearing that label, I would rather perish and have "He was a gentleman towards woman until the end" carved into my tombstone. So you're saying you could do it if you're rewarded? If you're granted a reward that's worth it, then you can find the bravery to charge into the woman's changing room? But there is no reward. The galaxy is finished. Keiichi, I promise you this. I use all of my current power to grant you the ultimate miracle once you safely return from the woman's changing room. I'm listening. I'll grant you a wonderful summer love affair. The brave savior of the galaxy will end up drinking juice from the same heart-shaped straw as a beautiful woman in the swimsuit by the poolside. I promise I'll absolutely make that happen. He's getting conned instead. Okay, got it. No more problems. Leave the galaxy to me. But that being said, what now, Mybar Keiichi? Be cool, Mybar Keiichi. How will you retrieve Rena's swimsuit from the women's changing room? Will you ask someone? You have no leads. You have to do it yourself. However, it's plain as day what will happen if a guy goes into the women's changing room. Right. First he headed to the first aid station. Ari was still asleep there with stars circling above his head. On his arm was the key for his locker. Keiichi borrowed that and headed for the men's changing room. Him entering the men's changing room was no problem at all. He opened the locker listed on the key's tag and found there Irie's belongings. He's going to cross-dress. Coach mentioned it before. He told Satsuko to change into his English maid-style swimsuit. That means he has one with him. A woman's swimsuit. He even mentioned that he had it available in all possible sizes. I knew it. There it is. He even has a woman's wig to go along with it. What was Coach planning to do with this after bringing it to the pool? Oh, Keiichi, there's no time to be impressed. Whoa, 3 minutes left? In order to pull off this operation, I have to cast it aside. My pride as a man, my gentlemanly spirit, everything that's made me who I am today. There was only 120 seconds left. A girl in an English-made style swimsuit was timidly entering the women's changing room. Are you gonna get... I'm down. Be cool, my HK. Bye-bye, Keiichi. I'm not a molester. I'm not a peeping Tom. I'm not a pervert. I'm doing this to save the galaxy. Don't look around you. I'm not here to watch women change, so don't look around you. Look only at your feet. But if I only look at my feet, I can't make my way to Rena's locker. Oh well, I just have to occasionally look up. A sweet aroma filled my nostrils. No way. Why is such a space for women to change in filled with such sweet smell? Don't blush, and don't panic, my bar Keiichi. It's alright, you're currently cross-dressing. Don't act suspicious, and no one will notice. As long as no one finds out, then you're fine. Beware of perverts. Beware of peepers. If you see anyone suspicious, inform the nearest staff member. Beware of locker thieves. If you see anyone suspicious, report them immediately. Do not tolerate perverts. Death to perverts. Seize any enemies to women, strip them bare, and drag them through the city completely nude. I'm dead. Socially, mentally, and physically. They'll make you regret being born a man, and then kill me. Bounce, bounce, jiggle, jiggle, rustle, rustle, snap, snap. It's hell. This is hell disguised as a heaven. I strongly refuse to let blood surge down below. That's the one thing I must avoid. Empty your mind and heart. My bar Keiichi, you must not be tempted by their allure, so that you can save the galaxy. Keiichi, there's no time to waste. There's only 1 minute left. Damn it, what happens, happens. He raced through in one shot. Rena's locker was right there. He nimbly unlocked it and opened up Rena's knapsack. There! That drawstring pouch. The moment he pulled it out, an oddly small handkerchief with frills and a small ribbon fell out alongside it. Yes, it's only a handkerchief. Don't question it, my bar Keiichi. Rena's such a girly girl. Even her handkerchiefs are so small, so light, and so cute. Keiichi, 30 seconds left. Do you not want your poolside love affair with a beautiful woman in a swimsuit? Whoa! Galaxy, galaxy, galaxy! Only scant seconds left. He dashed out of the woman's changing room and threw the drawstring pouch toward the magic trash can by the other entrance. Please go in! Keiichi! He did it! The last swimsuit disappeared into the magic trash can and was purified. There was only 1 second left to spare. Mankind. No. The Earth and the whole galaxy were saved. Keiichi. No. The savior of our galaxy. Congratulations on your success. I'm exhausted after sending away 4 foreign objects. As promised, I'll use the last of my power to grant you your poolside dream. Now then, Keiichi, until we meet again, on the next night of Watsunashi. I did it. I actually did it. He honestly wanted to strike a victory pose and shout out loud. However, he was still cross-dressing. There were plenty of guests from Hinamizo around him as well. For now, he would hold it in and duck into a bathroom or something in order to change back into male attire. Hey, hold up, lady. What? Some delinquents with pompadours were hassling Keiichi. He must have run into them when he dashed out of the women's changing room to throw the swimsuit in the trash. You broke my Boru's collarbone. What you gonna do for us now? It hurts, it hurts. This ain't gonna heal less. Yeah, have a drink with me. What the hell are these punks saying? Besides, I'm a guy. But I can't reveal that right now. Doing so might get rid of the delinquents. But then the normal guests would find out that Maibara Keiichi came out of the women's changing room dressed like a girl. I have to wait for my chance, without exposing that I'm a guy. Hey, hold it right there. I won't stand by and watch three guys gang up on a woman. Huh? Who? Well, what the hell? Buzz off! The delinquents were slightly overwhelmed, despite their show of spirit. That was because the man who showed up was someone who could never be described as weak. The muscles in his legs were visibly toned, and it was obvious they had both endurance and explosive strength. Is this Akamatsu? His arm muscles were impressive as well. They were nicely tanned, and it was clear that he never once skipped out on training underneath the hot sun. His head was shaved and clean crew cut as well. No, not to mention the fact that his burning gaze was filled with unwavering resolve. The ace of Oshima High's baseball team. I think it's the first time you actually see him here. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Now I'm willing to give up participating in Koshien if it means protecting a woman. Would you rather see my blazing fastball here and now, or in a stadium? Wow, Keiichi never thought the day would come where he saw his soul brother Kameda-kun displaying such glory. He was the kind of person to compare a dessert to a woman and then lick and slurp it down. But in that very moment, he looked like a savior. Me, I didn't do anything wrong. It's all Hanyu's fault. You should be more sorry about this. You nearly wiped out the galaxy. By the way, why am I in an Angel Mort uniform? Because you should feel guilty for your crimes and atone by working in Shion-san's stead. So items from another world are made of antimatter? If only there were some way to utilize that energy for something. The miracle of making you popular just by wearing it takes so much energy it can destroy the galaxy. In other words, if you really want to be popular, then instead of taking shortcuts, you should just try and work on yourself instead. By the way, where is the savior of our galaxy? According to Hanyu, he's drinking juice by the poolside with a beautiful woman in a swimsuit. I don't see him though. I wonder where he is. Is it Kameda? You don't need to hold back. It's my treat. Go on, drink up. Slurp. Why do I have to drink juice from a heart-shaped straw with Kameda-kun? Am I not the savior? Is the savior Kameda-kun? The gods of Hinamizo are awful. I knew they couldn't be trusted. Give me back my offering. Ah, Rika just looked over here. Rika-chan, it's me, Keiichi. Notice me, please. And drag me away from Kameda-kun, please. Me. Well, Rika, did you see Keiichi-san over there? Nope, not at all. Nippon. No! Rika-chan! Oh? That swimsuit is an English maid-style swimsuit. To think a beautiful woman with such a dignified maid soul would be found here at the poolside. What's that, old man? Oh, my soul brother, Eri. I was the first to speak to this girl, so please back off. I find it hard to believe you're capable of understanding the reserved culture of such a land as Britain. A wonderful woman such as her needs a master of more fitting stature. Like me. Young lady, please hold on a moment. I'll remove this perverted old man in a jiffy. Once I'm done, I'll apply some sunscreen to your back. Laughably absurd. You are my ideal maid. I'll welcome you into my home and train you to be the ultimate servant. Hurrah! Take my bullet fastball. How naive. That was a mere afterimage. I've already seen right through you. Oh, not bad. Patch, patch, bam, bam. The beautiful girl in a swimsuit and a twin-tail wig sat at the poolside table with a parasol, watching as her two brave saviors fought over her. Die. Take the whole galaxy with you. The galaxy might be filled with countless stars, but the unhappy star of misfortune was always shining above KG. What did it cost? Everything. Oh, that was such a good one. I'm glad it wasn't as bad as it sounded initially. So what do we have left for achievements? Is it just the staff stuff again? Let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Enjoyed all of the after parties. So yep, that means I am done. Higurashi. Next week will be Minato Aqua's Aquarium visual novel, which finally released in English about 4 months ago, I think. I gotta buy it still. But anyway, tonight's stream will be more Lethal Company, the last week of it perhaps, where we unbreak the game and play a bit more vanilla-ish, but with new maps. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.